I got early access to Season 3.5 and got to check out Blade early. Eric Brooks. I have some cool things to show you, some combos, and I mean some really cool combos. Strengths, weaknesses, his role, and a whole lot more. And I believe you'll get a real grasp of what's getting ready to come to the game. And also there's things that I'm doing that I feel really complement his playstyle that I'm going to show you. Also some cool tech with the combo. Blade to me is the pure definition of glass cannon. When he gets going, he can output insane damage, but he's very vulnerable. And with early access, a ton are trying to play Blade, so I just sit in the nerd corner, figuring out numbers, combos, playing versus bots. That way I can get you clean gameplay loops and numbers. Blade comes in at a 350 health point duelist. He has ranged attacks, close quarter attacks, so let's start with the sword, the Ancestral Sword. His base combo is 5 sword hits. One big one, hits 2 and 3 are faster, and then hit 4, then hit 5. Hit 1 deals 22 damage, hits 2 and 3 are the fast slash, each deal 13 apiece, then the 4th hits 22, the 5th hit is 22. So the full sword combo is 92 damage. Keep this in mind, because we're going to come back to it. There's more to add. Next is his Hunter Shotgun. I'm telling you right now, this might be already the most underrated part of his entire kit. It feels like you can just main this thing, but there's a lot to know about it. There's 2 damage profiles for Blade Shotgun, 8.99 meters and in, it will deal 45 damage to the body and 90 to the head. And honestly, this isn't bad, really, because a lot of melee heroes, like Hulk's melee is 40 damage, Thor's melee damage with the hammer is 45, so the shotgun doing 45 is fine, but it can crit. It does 90 to the head. But the moment that you reach 9 meters, things change for it. 9 meters and beyond, it deals 96 to the body and a massive 192 to the head. Yes, 192. You can crit body, even let's say a Luna Snow. Any hero that's 288 health and below, you can 2-shot 1 head, 1 body. And for this damage, this more damage, there is a sweet spot. It's 9 to 15 meters. Because past 15 meters, you still get the increased damage, but the further you are away, the more spread the shotgun pellets miss. But when you're about 15 meters and in, the pellets land better, especially 13 meters and in, resulting in the damage that you need because the pellets aren't missing. And yeah, you can gauge the distance yourself, but another cool thing that the developers did, the shotgun sound changes depending on your distance. So if you're up close, remember we talked about this 8.99 meters and in, it deals less damage. When you connect with a shotgun, it makes a soft thud. But the moment that you get 9 meters and beyond, where it does more damage, the shotgun is way louder, and it's a different sound cue. And when it's this loud, you know that you're hitting the big damage that it can deal. And it's determined by the distance to the object that you hit. So you can even hear it when you're hitting walls.
Hell yeah. You never stood a chance.
The shotgun is very, very good. It can hit flying characters. If you're in that sweet spot distance, it can melt, especially if you land headshots. It's a good way to soften enemies before you go in with your sword. We'll talk about that later. It's an incredible weapon. And like I said, there's no problem with just using this a lot of the time with Blade, then go in with the sword when you need to. Next, we have the Daywalker Dash. This is your shift. And from this point on, we're about to start stacking things. Dash forward if you're wielding your shotgun. Shoot at enemies upon impact, applying a healing reduction effect. If wielding your sword, you deliver a cleaving strike that inflicts slow. You get 2 charges for your dash. Each charge has an 8-second cooldown. So let's start with the sword out. When you press shift and dash, the dash goes 15 meters. He goes out and does a little stab with them with the dash. So that little stab from the dash is 20 damage. After the dash hit with the sword, he goes into that cleaving strike. He hits them 5 times. And this strike inflicts slow. The cleaving strike, this flurry of hits, deals 60 damage. So in total, when you dash into them and hit them with the dash, then the cleaving strikes, it's a total of 80 damage for the full attack. And also note that after you dash and he starts this cleaving strike, the flurries, this is directional, meaning you can control it. After you dash and he starts that whirling attack, you can hold left, you can hold right, hold back. But why I bring this up is because when you're far away, like at the end of his dash distance, or people are backing up, sometimes he'll short stop and end up missing some of that flurry. So hold forward towards the enemy that you're trying to take out. That way you make this flurry attack go forward into them, and they can't get away. Next is the dash with the shotgun. When you dash, again, it connects, it does that little stab, it's also 20 damage, just like before. Though with the shotgun, he shoots what he calls a silver bullet. This shot only deals 20 damage, meaning the full combo for the dash is 40, 20 from the dash, 20 from the bullet, but it inflicts the enemy with healing reduction, reduced heal. Do not confuse that with anti-heal. Blade's kit has this healing reduction all over it. It's when this blue bar shows up. It's hard to test, but I believe that you receive 40% less healing from sources. It's rough, very rough to kind of figure out, but it is noticeable. We'll get into that in a second. So the sword dash deals 80 total damage, then slows. The shotgun deals half that at 40 damage, but it inflicts healing reduction. Both of these dashes have a place, and you can combo them out. We'll go over that in the combo section. Bloodline Awakening is your E. Awaken the Dampier Bloodline, enhancing slash speed during continuous attacks and triggering Whirlwind Slash. Whirlwind Slash is the same animation as that Cleaving Strike, that flurry. While in this state, you suffer from reduced healing, but landing attacks gains lifesteal. First thing, this is also where his passive is. While in Bloodline, I'll sometimes refer to it as his vampire mode, or think about that, it's the vampire mode Bloodline. You can see low health enemies through walls. It's 30 meters and you can even ping them. So that's intel for you and your team. In this Bloodline form, Blade gets a movement boost, and it's pretty good. So there's no reason to not just immediately go into Bloodline right off of spawn, that way you get there faster, or when you need to move a little bit faster, period. But while in this state, you also suffer reduced healing, and hey, even the bots are programmed to help you out. Like, they know how bad this is on you. It's kind of crazy that they'll do it right there in spawn, but again, I believe it's 40%. We need to see just when the full game comes out, but just this alone is rough. It does not feel good to have reduced healing. And even though you have lifesteal, like right here, the bots deal 25 damage. I'm getting hits over and over. You see how much lifesteal is giving me? It's about 8 health per hit or so. And of course, as you keep going, that ramps up. We'll get into it. And also note, it's not anti-heal, so you can get healed while in this form, but it's reduced. And in a perfect world, it will take both. You getting healing from allies and you landing hits so you can get lifesteal. The trade-off to all this is that while in this form, his standard base attack combo gets the Whirlwind Blade added. So he does his base combo of 5 hits, then right after, he does that cleave attack, that Whirlwind. And that means adding to his base combo, this full combo in Bloodline deals 152 damage. It's a ton of damage with how mobile you can be with it. As you land your sword attacks, Blade builds up this center meter. Each hit grants 1 stack, it maxes out at 10. The more stacks, the faster he starts attacking until you get to 10, and then he's just flying. It's just insane DPS. His full combo is 152. Every time he goes through this loop, at 10 stacks, it's 152, 152, 152. It is a lot of damage. That's the trade-off. You get to output a ton of damage, but you're really vulnerable. So I think it's going to be commonplace to see Blade just jumping around enemies, because that's what I found. Just be incredibly hard to deal with, jumping all around them, all over, left, right, up, down. And in the playstyle section, I'll talk about why. And as we go on with more of his abilities, this is just tough to deal with, period. And this Whirlwind attack that comes from the base combo, your melee combo, does not add stacks to get to 10, but the dash attack does. If you're to go into Bloodline and you're at 0 stacks, you dash in with the sword, he does that cleave, that Whirlwind, each hit gets a stack, and it's a total of 5 stacks. So you're already halfway there once you reach your target. You land a couple more, you're at max, you start going. But this attack, this play loop, is very powerful in Bloodline, but again, it makes Blade extremely vulnerable. You need to land just so you can stay alive. And it's going to come down to if you have healing on you, the situation, you're going to need to have the discipline to get in and get out and disengage if you need to, because you will go down quick. And also, you need to make good use of his block, Scarlet Shroud. Scarlet Shroud is your right click, parry the Ancestral Sword to become unstoppable for a brief period, reducing damage taken from the front and decreasing the cooldown of Daywalker Dash. Unstoppable. In Marvel Rivals, that means you can't be stunned, even ults, stun abilities, and more. It's very, very good just while you're holding block. While blocking, from what I've tested, it reduces incoming damage by 80%, and each hit that it takes reduces the cooldown of your dash by 1 second. So coming back to Bloodline, that play loop, the vampire mode, you already have heal reduction, you have lifesteal, so any attacks, big attacks that you see, you need to parry and block. Reduce those attacks by 80%. That's key. That helps you stay alive. He legit plays like a Mortal Kombat character. Attack, parry, get in, get out. And I didn't talk about it earlier, but the dash in general is just great movement to get in and out of combat. The team up is with Cloak and Dagger, and more than likely you're going to have one on your team because she's a popular hero. This is a very cool team up and a very good one at that. It's just like the Moon Knight one. Blade gets healing over time, which is essential. I assume it's the same healing. It's 25 healing a second. This means that Blade can jump an enemy, get up right on top of them, drop this bubble, and get healing help from it. Even though you have heal reduction, it's helping a ton with your lifesteal. This healing bubble like Moon Knight, great. But remember, when you're in this bubble, you can't be seen by enemies unless you're hit. And with this team up, Blade gets a new attack, the Swift Strike. It deals 60 damage, and it's another dash. So a couple things about this. While inside this bubble, when you see enemies outside, you can press the C button for Swift Strike. For some reason, he likes to short stop, so what I've been doing is I hold forward and jump at my target, then press it. And this makes Blade go to them, hits them with the Swift Strike, deal 60 damage, and start going to town. You can and will use this to do a little jump scare on enemies out of the bubble. Out of nowhere, you're going to come flying at them and start attacking. After you use it and you're outside of the bubble, it's got like a 20-second cooldown for the Swift Strike. But if you're inside the bubble, say that you throw the bubble down on someone you're trying to take out, the cooldown for Swift Strike's only 3 seconds. Or maybe you Swift Strike out, you have that long cooldown, but the moment that you step in, the shorter cooldown takes over and you can use it again to go out. But you could do a lot with this. Like this scenario, say that you're dueling something, you get damage on them, they get damage on you, your block is out, you're in your vampire mode, both of you are low, you're about to go down. You can dash away using the sword dash to get to high ground, pop the bubble, exit Bloodline, that way you get the full healing of 25 a second. And once you're near full or full health, go back in Bloodline and then use the Swift Strike to go right back to them and start dueling them again. So cool to me. Or let's say you're on high ground, you got a flank going, you can pop the bubble down, Swift Strike down to one enemy, start attacking, dash back up to the bubble, go invisible again, then Swift Strike back down to another enemy, do some damage, and then dash back to the bubble. It's so cool. I can see a lot of use cases for this thing, but if all else fails, in fights, dropping this bubble on you and the enemy that you're attacking, the healing over time helps a ton because you have this healing reduction. It helps you with your lifesteal. His ultimate is Thousandfold Slash. Charge power and swiftly draw the Sword of Dracula. You dash forward and leave behind a slashing zone where the sword hits enemies. Enemies hit are afflicted with reduced healing. This ultimate goes out 25 meters straight in front of you and goes about 6 meters wide. This is directional, so if you want to angle it, go up in the air, you can. I don't have hard numbers for what each strike deals, but it can down enemies. And I do know it causes a ton of disruption. Because when you think about ults, let's say Cloak and Dagger, Mantis, Rocket, they do their ult. Anything that gets hit is hit with heal reduction. That means they're not getting the full healing out of these ultimates. Enough so where you or your team could take them out. Or let's say an invisible woman's chilling inside of her ult. If she doesn't move, the Slash's cannon will take her out, especially if she gets focused. Regardless, the reduced healing is a huge part of it. It is a good ult. There's a lot of cool combos to go over. The first one is something I haven't seen anyone talking about. In his settings, there's a setting called Switch to Shotgun when Bloodline Awakening ends. This is just on by default. That's good. That's what you want. And what this means is that when you go into Bloodline, he takes out his sword. Whenever you press the button again to exit Bloodline, he draws the shotgun, just like it says. Go into Bloodline, draw sword, exit, draw shotgun. So with what I'm about to go over, you don't need to make any changes. And it's kind of hard to explain, but bear with me, follow along. When you're in Bloodline swinging your sword, you're holding down the left click or your right trigger on controller, getting hits, and it's getting faster and faster. But at any time while in Bloodline, this vampire mode, what you need to do is keep holding left click or the right trigger, just never let it go. This is the attack button to do his slashes, just hold it the entire time. While holding it and attacking as you do normally, press and hold the Bloodline button, which is E. When you hold it and not press it, Blade will draw the shotgun, shoot a shot, then go right back into his sword strike combos in Bloodline. This is because you're holding the left click, the attack button. When you hold the Bloodline button, the setting is draw shotgun when you exit, so the shotgun comes out, and since you're already holding attack, it auto-fires the shotgun, and as you keep holding it, the game kind of forgets, and you go right back into your strikes as if you never held E. This shotgun blast and this combo allows you to land a 90 damage headshot if you can make it. Maybe they're weak, or maybe you want to take a shot at someone passing by. This has a place. And you're seeing some clips where the shotgun is the final blow because this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna let you listen to some combos with this shotgun tech in it.
Wow, 4 in a row.
It's solid, so when everything goes live, try it out. And real quick, I have another thing to add to this. And it's crazy as you keep playing, you find out more and more. With being able to draw the shotgun to shoot a shot, if you're fast enough, right after you hold E to bring out the shotgun, press the dash button. And since he has a shotgun out, he'll hit him with the silver bullet, the healing reduction. And right after that, you go immediately back into Bloodline slashing. And then right after you do a whirlwind, like there's so many cool fast combos with Blade. Like I said, I'm still finding out new ones as I'm making the guide.
6 in a row.
Next are with the dashes. It's going to be common to dash in and save a dash to get out because he has the anti-heal, you're going to go and do damage, you're going to take some heat, you need to get out. There's going to be times where you use both dashes, like this combo, the shotgun dash to the sword dash. And again, all these combos have a purpose, they have a reason for using them. With this one, you dash in with the shotgun out, this is that 40 total damage, but right after you hit them with that silver bullet, the enemy has reduced healing. Right after that shotgun dash, you go Bloodline and then sword dash. And what you're doing with this combo, with the shotgun shot, you're establishing it's going to be harder to keep them alive. And by using the second dash, you're going all in on them because you're getting 5 hits to your max 10 to get faster sword strikes. Like, this is a commitment. Say you see a strategist that you want down or an enemy vanguard. They don't have any strategists around them to heal them, and maybe you have some to heal you. You make sure they get hit with heal reduction in case somebody does show up. They're not going to get that much, and you're just going to be wailing on them. The other combo with dashes is to double sword dash from Bloodline. So you go Bloodline, sword dash, and all this is doing is immediately getting you to 10 stacks. Again, this is another full commitment. It's the fastest Blade can go to get to 10. And once you're at 10, his sword slashes are going to be the fastest they can go. So another instance, you're trying to obliterate something fast. You need them down or a Hail Mary. What you're going to notice when you do stuff like this, just in general, even though you burn the dashes, you still have your sword block. And if you block damage correctly, you're still going to have a dash to get out if you need to. And in general, it's not even really a combo, but a common thing that you're going to do is soften them with the shotgun. The shotgun deals so much damage if you're in the right damage range. That 192 headshot, or even a 90 headshot, you can do a couple poke. But when you see them get half health, he's got a 15-meter dash, and you're already going to be around that distance because you have the shotgun that deals really good damage, 9 to 15 meters. You soft them up, you go Bloodline, and then you dash in with the sword and cut them down. There's so much you can do with Blade. As far as the playstyle, I mean, this is very early, so I can't talk about it, definitively, but this is what I've gathered. He has a glass cannon. The trade-off is a huge damage burst in Bloodline, but you can be taken out very easily. And I found that there is a nice rule of engagement with Blade with how his kit works. Once you start getting Bloodline stacks going, jumping around is one of the best things that you can do while you have these fast sword strikes for a couple reasons. One, the most important, it makes you harder to hit. Since you have healing reduction and you need lifesteal hits, at base, at the core, this is something good to do. But the second thing, since you're harder to hit, you're jumping around, your main goal while jumping around really is to hit them on their sides and their back. Try to make them not face you. That way you're getting clean hits and they can't hit you. But when you are facing each other, that's when you have your block. Because remember, the block only works from the front. So that's when you use it. That's when you do it. Jump around, block when you need to, block the bigger attacks. He is an in and out type of hero, get in, get out. And the only time you can really keep slashing and going is if you have some sort of pocket helping you out. Your damage is crazy if you do, especially at 10 stacks. Again, every combo, 152 over and over. You get in that shotgun shot that I showed you. That's 45 or 90. I'm impressed with him. In conclusion, he's a ton of fun, and there's still more to figure out, but I wanted to give you a baseline, some knowledge going in, some cool things to try. I really appreciate you hanging out with me today. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. Let's talk about Blade down below, and it's been nice going back to Destiny, but again, I am going to cover new heroes when they come out in Marvel. If you made it this far, thanks for sticking around. But let's talk about Blade down below. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.